What is awe?
2 minutes of awe every other day is about as good for you as anything you can do. You know, that emotion of awe stimulates wonder. You know, 65-year-olds who practice altruism and compassion have greater life expectancy. And what's stunning to me, and this is a digression, is your story just gave me the chills.
Let's talk about some of the things that you've given away in terms of knowledge and some of the sort of discoveries that I think would surprise most people. You mentioned some of them in passing there about breathing and awe walks and how you can add 10 years to your life.
Yeah.
Give me some of the top line, more detail on some of those top line findings.
This really comes into focus for me, Stephen, when I speak to medical audiences. I do a lot of work with healthcare providers, teaching medical doctors, residents, helping programmatically with kind of the spirit of hospitals and the like. I talk about awe, that the feeling of awe reduces activation in the inflammation system in your immune system. Your immune system is all these cells distributed throughout your body that helps you protect against dangerous elements on the outside, viruses and bacteria. And the feeling of awe sort of reduces the activation of the cytokine system, which heats up your body. And if your body is always hot, that is bad news for your heart. It's bad news for your diabetes. And awe helps moderate that. I teach the work on compassion that, 65-year-olds who practice altruism and compassion have greater life expectancy. And you can go on. Each of these, what used to be thought of as kind of new age, soft things like awe or compassion or breathing benefit us. Just simple breathing, if you breathe in and out, counting to 4 as you breathe in, counting out to 4, actually increases neural density in this part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, which helps you handle stress.
What is awe for someone?
Awe is just feeling an emotion you have when you encounter something big or vast that's outside of your frame of reference, right, of reality that you don't understand. That I think I like the word mystery. Wow, I can't figure this out. And then that emotion of awe stimulates wonder, right? Like, why do rainbows exist? How are they produced when light bends through water molecules? So it's an emotion that drives wonder and creativity.
What is the positive net impact on humans of experiencing awe? Other than, because when I think of awe, I think of going to like Machu Picchu and seeing those big mountains and going, what the hell is this? This is insane. And I think of that as being like a memory. Oh, that was fun. That was amazing. I take the picture, put it on my Instagram, get the likes, go home. Yeah. But there's something deeper going on, right? In my physiology.
Deeper. Yeah, thank you. One of the fascinating things, Stephen, when is when you study this complicated realm of emotion, is we have these words that we all use to talk about an emotion. And they're, much as we have words about ethnic categories or class categories. Oh, he's lower class, or he's African American. Those are just words and concepts that may not capture reality at all. And awe suffers from this, which is when people talk about awe, or they share it on Instagram, they share the big moments of like, I was at the Grand Canyon, or I was in the Lake District, or by this cathedral. But in point of fact, there are a lot of ways in which we feel awe all the time. Right? Encountering somebody who's really kind in the streets. You're like, wow, that was really generous.
So yesterday on the train, the team were coming up to Manchester where I was speaking, and an elderly lady overheard them saying that they were going to climb a mountain for charity. The elderly lady got up, walked over, gave them £5 and said, I climbed that once, here's £5, put it towards the charity. And for all of us, it went into our like company chat that had happened. It was a real moment of like, an affirmation of what it is to be a human and kindness, I guess.
Yeah. And what's stunning to me, and this is a digression, is your story just gave me the chills.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's amazing.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It is incredible that I wasn't there.
I've just got the chills myself. Just you saying you had the chills is just giving me the chills.
It's amazing. Yeah. And that we don't understand scientifically, the contagious power of chills and awe. But, awe, it's not this stereotype that we are led to understand or think about with words. It's around us all the time, right? The generosity in the train, the beautiful clouds, a piece of music, a visual design, driving here to your studio, all the incredible design of London. It's around us. And so it's there every day. And, Stephen, I'm not I don't know why this happened to me, but I've taught happiness to hundreds of thousands of people online and in classes and the like. I was a grouchy kid, stressed out most of my life, terrible meditator, but I was forced into this job. And, serving the science of happiness we've been talking about, man, 2 minutes of awe every other day is about as good for you as anything you can do. It calms stress regions of your brain. Talked about inflammation. It reduces inflammation, activates the vagus nerve, which is this bundle of nerves that wanders all throughout your body and calms your heart rate. It's good for digestion. So, it's good news for the human psyche. And when we talk about giving a little stressed out 12-year-old, young 12-year-old, some awe each moment in a classroom, we know that's really good for health and creativity. So it's good news in terms of what it can bring to us.
Talk to me about some science then that supports that assertion, where the science shows that everyday awe, so like accessible awe, the awe that I could go get out in the street or that I could actively go practice after listening to this conversation, has proven to have a positive physiological impact on humans or their emotions or their behavior.
Yeah, this was one of the most exciting developments of the science of awe. When we started to get this picture of the health benefits of awe, of less stress, a sense of time, reduce loneliness, right? Loneliness, 40% of people in globalized cultures feel lonely, right? That is hard on the body. We started to think about awe interventions. And, one of my favorites that has compelling health data, if you will, is a lot of people go for regular walks. The UK is famous for its walking traditions. It's one of the great cultural strengths, just paths and, and walks and, et cetera. And so we just added one element to people's regular walk, and we called it the awe walk, which is when you go out, pause, take some breathing, deep breathing, get synced up with your footsteps. This is a classic kind of walking meditation approach. And then look for awe, right? Take a moment to look at small things, look at the reflection on this cool mug, then pan out and look at, the vastness of where you are, city or nature, up at the sky. That was it, right? And that gets you into this awe mindset. And our participants were 75 years old or older. At that age, a lot of data suggests you start getting more anxious and depressed, right? Your people you love are dying. Your body's falling apart. You are facing your mortality. And the awe walk over 8 weeks, once a week, compared to a really rigorous control condition, led our 75 years old participants to feel less distress, less pain, and more awe and joy in their lives.
If you love the Diary of a CEO brand and you watch this channel, please do me a huge favor. Become part of the 15% of the viewers on this channel that have hit the subscribe button. It helps us tremendously, and the bigger the channel gets, the bigger the guests.